Hey everyone, this is Ole Sharanki from Laddering Your Success, and you're listening to the LYS Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, parents? On this episode of Steps for Success, we're tackling the question. We got this question from the audience. Does going to college make you more successful? Does going to college make you more successful? So, my name is Festus Amoye, and I'm the founder of Laddering Your Success. We're going to jump right into this. Does college make you more successful? It depends on what your definition of success is. So, a lot of people fail primarily because they haven't identified what their target is. Okay. And so, as a parent, one thing that you could do for your student is help them to define success, help them to create that target of what it means to be successful. By creating that target of what it means to be successful, you're better able to define success. At Laddering Your Success, we have this method that we've created that helps you define success pretty much in a sentence, right? It's about identifying what your goal is, right? Where you actually want to go, whether it's career wise or as a person, right? So I want to be an artist. Okay. Next, tying that to a definite way of knowing that you've accomplished that thing. I know I'll be an artist when I've gotten such and such license, when I've made 1,000 paintings, whatever it is, that is a very objective, tangible number or a resource that says, hey, this is how I'm able to do this thing, or that the marks that I've done this thing. Next, we tie it to a mentorship model, right? If you look at those people who have been very, very successful, it's usually because they had quality mentorship. And so quality mentorship comes in a ton of different forms. And as a parent, one thing that you could do to help your child be successful is to make sure that they have a mentor that you know, that you trust, that they can have private conversations with. You're not interfering in the, hey, what did Billy tell you this time? Hey, what did Jaquan tell you this time? No, we're not doing all that. We're just saying, hey, listen, I trust Mr. Edwards. I trust Miss Smith. And she can guide you, or he can guide you. And I'm kind of leaving a lot in their hands, especially as it comes to their career, right? I think that's something a lot of parents struggle with sometimes is, as you transition from, your kid being, small and then them kind of going into college, and you want to kind of get back being their hero or being their friend, right? And then you don't really pass them off to a quality mentor that right? I think building that relationship with a mentor is also important, saying, hey, Miss Smith, hey, Mr. Edwards, how you doing? My name's David. I'm from Houston. This is my son, da, da, da. And really trying to dig in to find out more about the mentor. I think that's important, right? Building a relationship with them yourself, but not necessarily interfering with the mentorship relationship that they have with your child, okay? So, you have that definition of mentorship, and then you have to have some element of giving back in order to be successful. Those who are successful have definitely given something back, right? If you look at any musician, right, you hear about the word starving artist. When they first started, they were making music for free. They were doing it in a park. They were going to open mics. Anybody who would listen to their music, they were trying to get their music to. And then, maybe somebody signed them, somebody picked them up, and then they became, quote unquote star. I think a good example of this is Ed Sheeran, right? They're talking about Ed Sheeran used to sleep in Jamie Foxx's house on his couch. So the funny thing is now he's a really big star. But that sacrifice, that time he took to pour into his music, then translated into this, kind of rock star career. So there's an element of sacrifice there. And so part of being successful or helping your child be successful is them knowing and them understanding the element of sacrifice that they're going to put in, and then also how they're going to give back once they make it, right? Or once they arrive. Okay. So having this definition of success laid out before them, and you could get this definition of success in the LYS guidebook. We have a guidebook on Amazon. www.ladderingsuccess/parents, and you can get the guidebook there. In this definition of success, you can now apply this to your child and say, okay, you're not measuring yourself up to what TV says is successful. You're not measuring yourself up to what you know your friends say is successful. You have your own definition of success that you're measuring up to. So then that way you know if you're successful or not. So again, I hope these steps for success are really, really helpful to you. Make sure you're following us, okay? Whether you're listening to this on Spotify or whatever your favorite podcast platform is, and also on YouTube. Make sure you're following us. Hit the follow button, so then that way you can get more info like this. Again, we're going to be doing some really great things this summer, specifically just for parents, and then also for students. We have some mentorship coming up, so you want to be informed about that. Okay, so listen, there are legitimate excuses for not going to college. There's no legitimate excuse for not having an education. We'll catch you later. Be blessed.
Oh, you're still there? Well, thank you so much for listening to the LYS podcast.